live on 91.7 megahertz, and today is one of the unusual moments you find me or you hear this voice on the radio at this point in time. Now, the man with me this morning is actually a 68-year-old political luminary. I mean, he's a corporate executive and a diplomat and also an international public servant. In fact, he has had a distinguished political career as a politician. He served as Ghana's ambassador to the United States of America from 2001 to 2003, and later Minister of Trade and Industry, Private Sector Development and Presidential Special Initiatives from 2003 to 2007 during the President John Agyapong's administration. Historically, he was appointed the second time for same portfolio and making him Ghana's longest serving Minister for Trade and Industry from 2017 to 2023. Now, this man I am talking about has actually served as a trade advisor at the United Nations Economic Commission for Africa in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, where he actually coordinated the African Trade Policy Center. Now, he first made his attempt at the leadership of the New Patriotic Party as a for that particular high office of the New Patriotic Party in 2007. He ran home with about 32.3% of the votes. Now, he was the first runner-up to President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is the current president, who garnered about 47.96% of the vote cast. Now, he made other attempts at the seat or the party's leadership in 2010 and in 2014, but placed second to Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who won the primaries. Now, on September 25, 2023, he resigned from the New Patriotic Party after emerging third in the party's superdelegate conference organized on August 26 for his presidential hopefuls. Now, indeed, he formed the Movement for Change, which he is the leader. John Alan Kojo Chiramantin is the man I'm going to speak with. He has a bevy of other entourage here in the studio. I know I'll allow him to introduce them by himself. And he is the man I'm going to talk to this morning. And I want us to be together on social media as well. My name is Robicon, and I am excited to be a part of this conversation and sitting before this, illustrious son of our country. Let me welcome him into the studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Rubicon. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm fantastic. And I'm happy to see you again.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah. I was going to say that I'm not a stranger to this studio.
Yeah, sure.
I'm pleased to be back.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you again after, a few months. And, you've come with a number of people. Your entourage. ODK is one of the popular persons, in this country. So he needs no introduction. But then I must introduce him formally. Honorable, you're welcome too.
Thank you, my brother.
Yeah, exciting to meet you.
Yes, I'm also pleased to be part of this conversation this morning.
Great. So let's start a conversation because I know we are far behind time, and then I would want us to do this as snappy as possible so we can catch up with other aspect of the campaign. Now, you are the presidential candidate. The flag bearer for the movement for change. I want to first of all start with you on the issue of this alliance that we are hearing about, Alliance for Revolutionary Change. What correlation does it have to do with the movement for change? If you can take us through that for the first time.
So thank you very much, Rubicon. And before I start, let me have this opportunity to introduce my colleagues here, and that will lead into my answer to the question. So on my extreme right is Mother Tina Kujo, who is one of the senior leaders of the Third Force movement.
Okay.
To my immediate right, you've already identified him, Mr. Akwasi Adai Odike. He is the presidential candidate or founder and leader of the Union Government Movement. But he previously was the founder and leader of the UFP. To my immediate left is another well-known political figure, Mr. Henry Asante, who was the second vice chairman of the PNC. And to my extreme left is my own nephew, who is also very well known, Alhaji Bala. Alhaji Bala. And he is the acting chairman of the PNC. A leader. and the reason why you find them here together with the movement for change is because, as you rightly introduced me, when I established the movement for change and I started my narrative, I realized that all the other political entities who are represented here today were actually speaking about the same thing. And I became very impressed. So I felt that it was important for us to sit together, since we're talking about the same thing, and then explore the possibilities of collaboration. And one other person who is not here is Dr. Abu Sakara. Dr. Abu Sakara is the founder and leader of the National Interest Movement, NIM. So we decided then that yes, we have our individual political entities, some of them political parties, others political groupings. Each party or each entity will keep their own identity, their own symbol, but then because we are fighting an election in December 2024, that will join forces and then present a powerful, robust electoral machinery.
So the alliance is not to change whether logo or whatever.
Yes, absolutely. So we have our individual identities. Each party or each political grouping still has its own structures on the ground, but we are working together, collaborating to present a common front to fight the general elections.
So how is the campaign?
And this is probably, I think, in Ghana's history, the most powerful alliance, as far as my recollection is. Yes, you know, to bring 10 different political groups together and for us to be working seamlessly, I think that in itself is a testimony of the kinds of people.
I was actually wondering how you were able to put all this within, these great personalities
within a very short time.
Yeah,
within a very short time. And it leads me to one very important point, which is one of the reasons why we established the movement and one of the reasons why we've come together, that Ghana needs to go beyond the duopoly of the NDC and the NPP. It's become so obvious that unless we have a truly inclusive and representative government, this country is not going anywhere. And so you can see that the unified force that we have in itself speaks to the kind of government that we would have in this country if the people of Ghana put their faith and trust in us. It will be a government of national unity.
So how has the campaign been, starting from that point of their introduction? What difference or what changes have you really seen within your campaign and the reception when you go across the country?
It's gone very well. You know that I'm an old political horse. In fact, there's no village in this country where I will not be recognized either by face or by my name.
Just by name.
Alan Cash, you know. So basically, my colleagues here also are very well-known political figures. And once we hit the ground, it has been phenomenal. You see, and the fact also is that the majority of Ghanaians from north to south, east and west have one consideration. They all want to go beyond the NPP and the NDC. They say they are tired.
The duopoly is not
working.
The
duopoly is not working. If you have two parties that have dominated our politics for over 32 years, and we are still grappling with the basic challenges of development, getting electricity, fixing our economy. There are people in this country who have not had water running through their pipes for the last 30 years. I mean, obviously, this is not sustainable. And so the fact that there's a cry all over Ghana that they are looking for an alternative, and the alternative speaks also to the fact that the movement for change in itself is looking for change. And so our paths have crossed. And I know there are many people who are saying that unless there's a change, they are not going to vote. And I hear this very often in Tamale, in the northern region, that they are not going to vote because there's no development. I want to assure them that if Alan becomes president, there will be development. So I want them to be encouraged. I want them to have hope and then stand strongly behind the movement and the alliance.
Let me just hold you a bit, okay, and then hear from Odike, yeah, because I see that this is the first time I am engaging him, but I know you've been to the northern region before several times.
Oh sure, even my northern regional chairman is with us here.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So how has the campaign been and your alliance or this whole movement that we are experiencing? How has it been for you? Are you excited about the whole engagement?
Yes, I was not forced to be part of it. In fact, I was attracted to it. Ghanaians are craving for a change, and Ghanaians must change before they can effect change. And since 1992, Ghana has been losing the country's potential properties. Ghana Airways is gone. Black Star Line is gone. So many things that we used to enjoy, we've lost them through the duopoly of NDC MPP dominance. And they think Ghanaians will follow them till their kingdom come. I believe Ghanaians now are discerning, unlike before. The youth are craving for jobs, which is not in an existence. And if you look at Tamale and its environs, you could see clearly that people are not happy.
Yeah.
We need an all-inclusive governance with a well-established national policy that will bring everybody on board as one body to prosecute the agenda together. The people must get buy-in of the national policy. You have vision, isn't it? That's why you are here working. Why the whole country doesn't have vision and relying on manifestos, which is not consistent, even with the duopoly. What the manifesto MPP present and the NDC present, they are not the same.
The government says that we are working towards a Ghana Beyond Aid agenda.
And he is trekking around the globe, cup in hand, begging. The man who told you this, he is number one beggar around the globe. And if you sit and do national introspection, you will see that MPP and NDC since 1992 that we've given them the opportunity to transform this country, they have woefully failed. Now, do you know what they are doing? They are juxtaposing who is the higher corrupt government and who is the less. Who does this and who does that? Both of them push us into IMF. Both of them push us into doomsday, unemployment, all the things that is not affecting the adversely on the youth. Mm-hmm. They have created it. Look, just look around. When I was a kid, voter corned beef was at the market from the north. Mm-hmm. Palugu tomato, Bolgatanga meat factory, you name them. These were the kind of factories that provided livelihood for the people, and not the three northern regions. Under IK Agyapong was the food basket for the entire sub-region. Now we are losing our farmlands, our water bodies. We are losing everything, and the countries that we were far ahead of them are now, we are going to them to for assistance. Recently, President is sourcing assistance from Korea, which we were better off those days. And the youth, they have plunged you into perpetual poverty. They are keeping you in a cage. They only release you when it is time for elections, so that they can use you to do all the dirty works for them to win. And when they win, you are being marginalized.
Okay, so because of the time we are managing, let me just wrap on that. Yes.
What I have observed is that we need a change in our governance structure. Ghana doesn't have leadership structure in our constitution. It is full of discretionaries. So when we vote for a leader, thinking that he will use his mind to develop this country, this time around, Mr. Lanchamatin, if you go through the GTP, the leadership cluster, you will see that we are reforming or reviewing the constitution of this country, so that we will have leadership structures that will deliver to the needs of the people.
All right.
People of Tamale, we can't talk much, but all that we are saying is that you've been voting for MPP and NDC. The time has come for you to change, because you are not happy with these two political parties. If you change, then you can effect change. Change and vote for Alan Kojo Martin, and your life will not be the same.
Okay, let me hear from Chairman too as well, and what his own rendition for this whole change is about. Or if you like, how the campaign has been for you, whether you are excited with what you are seeing, the euphoria, and then the kind of feel or the ambience you are receiving each. And I know you've been to almost everywhere Honorable has been to as well. So how has it been for you ever since this alliance came up?
Well, thank you very much, and good morning to everyone within the environment. Let me take this opportunity to say assalamu alaikum to my Muslim brothers within the community. Yeah, as they've really pointed out, I think in Mr. Alan Tramantin, I personally decided to join him. I'm the vice chairman of the People's National Convention, the political party, but I decided to join him because, one, this is somebody I have known for years. Listened to him attentively, and I came to realize that, look, with the vision of this man, it's similar to the visions that I really have. If we are within our political parties and we are not seeing the right causes that we're looking for, and he has a vision, what's stopping from joining him? That is exactly what I thought of. And I said, no, I need to also do the best little that I can to help in transforming this country and make it a better place to live with. Now, politically, if you look at the structures of this country, Ghana shouldn't have been where it is today. We should have been far ahead of the system. But naturally, I personally find it difficult to comprehend why we are far behind time in times like this. As I said earlier on, in Mr. Lanchamatin, I can assure Ghanaians and the entire world that, look, the leadership qualities in the man here, let us all try as much as we can, do the best that we can, and give him our vote. I can assure everybody that we shall never be disappointed.
So let me find out from you, what does this whole entity, the alliance that we are talking about, what does it really have in common with the movement for change? Because I know Odike has touched on it a bit, but from your side and coming from the Nkrumah's entity, what connection is there? Because he came from a different background, and today it appears his vision, or his movement, it seems to be grabbing the ideals of where you are currently. I'm just asking whether you have seen any similarity?
Yeah,
with,
there
with
is, in the sense that if I should draw a memory to one thing, you remember the Cold War, the era of the Cold War.
Yeah, we read about that.
Absolutely. The Russian and the American concept.
Yeah.
Where they think we had the polar system. This going, but now they came to the realization that the world is turning into something else. So if you share common ideology and philosophy with a neighbor, why don't you team up? We get to team up and then make a country better than it is.
So what it means is that Alan Chemantin found he actually got himself in an area that he didn't belong in the first place.
Well, I cannot say for sure, but naturally, let me accept you by your word, and probably similarly are the same. So when we are sharing similar sentiments and similar ideas, then I think it's better we come together and move on as a system.
Okay, I think
adding to what my chairman said is that as an opposition, we also see it's we found a reason why a party like PNC to also join, in the sense that I've been following Mr. Alan Chemantin, not today. So coming out with a new party, new movement, which we also noticed that is going to enhance us and then enhance Ghana at large. So we decided. Myself, I came by myself as a chairman and the leader for PNC to join. And then as we speak now, our regional chairman and secretary are down there.
Okay.
Yes, they are down here. They are just here. And then most of our regional executives too, they will also join us to the rally.
So what it means is that this year we will not see PNC on the ballot, but you see movement for change.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, because you see, we are all looking for a change. And then if one can lead us to where we are already looking for, why wouldn't we join and then to find a solution?
Ever since this issue of alliance came, I have seen a number of people share thoughts that why not just convert it into one solid political party rather than really just saying, okay, it's an alliance, it's a movement that we want to...
It's too early for now because we also have a candidate from our constituencies. So we want because we are going to do that sketch and blood, because definitely they will vote for PNC as parliamentary candidate, and then for the presidential we are going for Alan as a president. Yeah.
Okay, so let me find out. So what is the motive? If you look at your confidence level that the various, about 10, right? 10 different political parties. You just decide to bestow confidence in Alan Chemantin that he can lead.
Yes, because you see, we noticed that his policies that he has now is better, in the sense that we all agreed. We all agreed, because from my own side, because imagine almost 6 or 7 regional chairmen are in support of this from our side.
Okay.
Regional chairman, secretary, and then what about even the constituency and co? They are all in support of it. You see, having said that, also we are working from the grounds.
Okay.
We are really working on the grounds, and then I believe that come 2024, Alan will crown the president of this very nation.
Wow. Anyway, let's come to
Yeah, let me just add that basically what this country needs is leadership.
Leadership, that's true.
It's about leadership.
Yeah.
Look, there are 3 leading figures who are going to contest for the presidency. Former President John Mahama, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is currently Vice President, and myself. Now, if it's about leadership,
there's a new force too.
If it's about leadership, then we are looking at, amongst the 3 of us, who has vision, who has competence, who has integrity, and who has shown that he can act. It's about action. Now, if this is going to be the measure for electing the next president, then in all humility, I think that Alan stands tall. But Rubicon, see, Ghanaians are looking for a number of things to happen. They want a leader who will bring an end to the division in this country. I mean, we all know that this country is divided in the middle. Every issue is politicized now. You listen to the airwaves. Every issue is now politicized, is between NDC and NPP. I mean, obviously, this does not bode well for our country. And you need somebody who can bring the country together, who can heal the country, who can reconcile the country. And I think that I'm the best person to do this. But it goes beyond that. People are also looking for a leader who can create employment opportunities. I mean, we know from the statistics that unemployment is now about 14.7. This is a very serious matter for us. It's almost a security issue now. And if you're looking for somebody who can lead this country in a way that would create employment opportunities, then my record is clear. Because we are talking about industrialization, we are talking about agriculture. And amongst the three of us, if we audit our backgrounds, both outside government and within government, if it is about jobs, then clearly Alan stands tall. It also goes beyond that. We are looking for someone who has a plan. Look, we have two dominant political parties. As I speak now, they've put together, let's say, teams, manifesto teams, a new movement that is yet now to taste power. We have put forward the most comprehensive policy blueprint for Ghana's transformation, which is a great transformational plan. So if you are comparing us with the dominant parties who are now preparing their manifestos full of promises, as against a movement that already has presented a national plan for transformation, then again the choice should be obvious.
Odike, you want to say something?
Yes, just like Mr. Alan Chamatin said, we need consistency in our development. And the manifestos of MPP and NDC, they are not, the contents are not the same. So when we vote one out of power, whatever development they undertook truncates, and the next government start all over again. So Ghana is not developing because we don't have consistency in our development. And Mr. Alan Chamatin, looking at his background, he has created more millionaires in this country. He has created more millionaires in this country. Look, Empretech, he bought Empretech, which has nurtured so many millionaires in this country. Notably among them is Kasapreko, who is manufacturing awake mineral water and alcoholic beverages for export. Mr. Alan Chamatin brought Agua, which gives Ghanaians license to export to American market. Mr. Alan Chamatin has currently bring the headquarters of Africa Continental Trade to Accra. Look, his track record, none of his competitors comes even closer. They have large followers, but they don't have the vision. Mr. Baumia, if he has anything to offer this country, he is in the government now. If he thinks Nana Akufo-Addo is not taking his advice, he must have the courage to quit, just like Mr. Alan Chamatin did, because he is for Ghana and not for a political party. And partisanship is creating division in this country, and we are losing everything.
Okay.
We are losing everything. So please, Ghanaians, the time has come for you to change your voting pattern. If you want a change your voting pattern before we can effect change.
Okay, let's listen to the feminine side as well, so that the conversation can be balanced. Quite unfortunately, I think you are much lower than we expected. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well.
Yes, I want to speak to our president to be his vision. One of his vision is to promote microeconomic activity by identifying reliable resources that can generate potential income for all its inhabitants in each of the 16 regions in Ghana. The northern sector is the food basket of Ghana, and there is a need to promote mechanized farms, support agro-processing, and also to promote easy access to both local and international markets. Alan has achieved a lot for himself. Ghana and other African countries like DR Congo, Nigeria, South Africa, I can keep on mentioning and mentioning. He does not only have a vision, but has also demonstrated more than words that he is more than capable to lead this country. As he was mentioned along with John F. Kennedy, Bill Gates as a millennium leader in Then magazine, 1994. Also, he is a visionary. Choose Alan to save Ghana now. Thank you.
Great to hear. Let me come. Chairman, you want to say something?
One area I would like to look at briefly is the fact that when things are getting tough, you need a visionary leader to deliver it from such tantrums. You may recall, or you may agree with me, that when things were getting very murky in the Republic of Benin, the people of Benin, after trying the Kerekou era for a long period of time, decided that no, enough is enough. They went for no mean personality, that Patrice Talon, who's an independent candidate. And today, just as we are yearning for, somebody may ask why an independent candidate, but he's very visionary. So I'm pleading with all my fellow Ghanaians. Like, look, just like the people of Benin have done it, I sincerely believe that when we go in for Mr. Alan Chiramantin, a visionary leader, we shall get to the final destination. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm speaking. I'm speaking local dialect. Our local dialect.
Okay.
Having said yes, Hausa. Nide jama'a kunji ni sunana Governor Bala Saluhu mai kankan akan shi batun mu ne kamar ni yanzu ni national chairman ne na PNC da kuma leader PNC, amma mun join movement for change saboda mun ga aske a wannan waje. Abin da muka ce mun ga aske a wannan hanyar because shi chairman mu kun ce shi presidential candidate mu wato yayi abubuwa da dama da mutane ba sani ba, kuma ya develop wato yayi dai muna abubuwa cikin zango mu ba mu sani ba, kuma an ce zabe shi kuma mu yan zango mu ke zabo mu da muka zama deprived area nan she mu aka kale mu. To amma nan muke kiran jama'an da suke kowane community in dai kuna jin mu to muna so ku ja hankalinku ya zo back to movement for change. In Allah ya da ma yau gama muna da ma rally daga nan gama mun je masallaci, mun je na Ali Sunna, mun je kuma babban masallaci mu je mu yi magana da imamu na Tijaniya, mun je na Tijaniya, mun je kuma na Ali Sunna yonga. After mun fita wajen nan muna da ma rally da zamu yi kuma cikin gari. Wato shi Alan wa muna abubuwa da ba ku sani ba don kurba free SHS ma da ake magana ga. Shi mutumin gudan gano, shi ya kawo talo oil, shi ya kawo sunanga. Cosmos company wangana shi kuma ya kawo su fa. Su wanga duka suke jan mai a garin nan. Wato shi ya kawo su suka taimaka daga gari ya samu kuɗi, bayan ya samu to wannan kuɗin ne ake kai mutane school free HSS nan. Shi ya kawo, amma yanzu ba kira sunan shi, minwa kuma shi ya kawo, ideas shi ne kuma shi ya kawo. Ka gani isa abubuwa da na faruwa, ku imagine Accra ka ce maka tomatoes guda 5 cities, tomatoes guda 5 cities, minwa kuma gashi nan gadan da yawa, gashi nan gadan mun zo nan gashi nan da yawa. Wato transportation shi ke kawo irin wannan masaloli. Ka duba hajjin da aka je na banan nan, haji na sai kuna so ku je haji, mutane kuna so ku je haji hankalin ku kwance ko to ku duba irin masalolin da muke samu wajen haji. Duba kudin da aka sa haji 75,000 Ghana cedis kowane mutum guda in zaka je haji. To shi president mun ce Alan Chiramantin ya ce in ya zo ya duba ya sa ido ta wajen a duba ne za a gyara wajen. Balle akwai babban mu nan Alhaji Boniface duka ya taba irin wannan aikin kun sani. Shi yasa in dai batu addini mu musulmi ba mu wasa da batun addini, ba mu wasa da addini. Abin da ya zama kaman shine haji da kuma yana cikin kaidan sallomi musulunci. To ya za ce zaka je haji zaka biya 75 Ghana cedis, meanwhile 25 Ghana cedis ya kai ka haji. Ni na kai mutane guda fudu haji with 25 Ghana cedis, 25,000 Ghana cedis. So then how would they charge 75 Ghana cedis for meanwhile 75,000?
Okay.
Kan 25 ya kai mutane. Ku duba shanu da za a yi na sallan nan, ka gana sai da shanaye 300 million 200 million
duka cikin Accra yanzu nan zaka je zaka yi layya to ka gani yasa Alan ya ce in ya zo as a presidential in ya zo as a president ya duba muna yana zai taimaka muna yasa jama'a do Allah ku duba yau ga ku zo kuma kowa ya jawo vote shi back to movement for change ka ku ce ba change akwai change ka ku sa kai NDC MPP no ba haka bane this time around mun shake NDC mun shake MPP mun shake bin duka yasa Allah da movement for change mu za mu ci wanga kuriya yasa kowa ya vote ba movement for change in Allah ya kai mu December.
All right, let me come to Madam Rhoda. She actually is coming from the Dr. Abu Sakara's camp, and you happen to be the rep on this particular tour, right?
Yeah, I should think so.
Oh, okay.
Rosalind Ayana.
Oh, okay.
Who is also a well-known political figure.
Oh, okay, great. So let's hear from you. Let's hear from you, and then what you are bringing to this whole alliance.
Good morning, Tamale. For us in the National Interest Movement, we have always believed in the Ghanaian being capable of doing things for him or herself. We actually started the National Interest Movement with just one issue, that's an independent presidential candidate, to be also followed by independent parliamentary candidates. Because at the end of the day, with the duopoly that we have seen what has happened. We have seen that we have not really achieved much, and therefore we thought that there was the need for us to have a different concept altogether that might bring change to this country. Democracy is not just about going to elections, electing people. As a politician, as a technocrat, and all that. So we all put our hands there to try and help him. I've just come from the airport, and I'm asking myself, this is Tamale that I have been so many times. It hasn't changed. And somebody said, look at the grounds, look at the greens. I said, yes, those are farms. They're not supposed to be fallow land. It's supposed to be farms.
Yeah.
And if you're talking about farms, then you talk about things that we could do with the things that we would produce. So it's not just the fact that Tamale is supposed to be an agrarian, agricultural-based economy, for instance, but it's the fact that we have done nothing to support the people of Tamale. We have built a beautiful airport, but we don't have any cargo aircraft that is coming into this Tamale, which is wrong. You cannot have this beautiful edifice sitting there. You cannot create avenues for people to grow mangoes, for people to grow all types of different crops, that is soya bean and whatnot, and not have a processing industry in Tamale. So it is wrong for anybody to think that building a hostel in Accra for Kayaye is the best way to go for any northern person. For our northern brothers and sisters and for our northern mothers, it's an insult. For me, the best could have been to bring back the cotton ginneries, to bring back the granite mills, to bring back the rice mills. That is the way to go.
But Alan has supported the creation of the One District, One Factory. What is your assessment of that?
One district, one factory could have been a game changer if everything that was on the drawing board had been followed. We talked about building dams. Do we have the dams? We have pits. There are no dams. We talked about Palugut
multi-purpose dam.
The multi-purpose dam. Can you imagine? This is something that could have been a game changer for us. And where is it?
The money is missing.
The money is gone. And still yet we sit around and we think that building a hostel, that's the one bit that is getting me. Building a hostel for young people, making them human mules for that matter.
The Kayaye.
At this Kayaye, human mules. At this time in our history, 20th century, you go and build a place to put your own people. That's not fair. So for me, this is time for us to change, time for us to move forward, time for the people of Tamale especially to see that there is change coming.
Okay.
And that change is for everybody in Tamale to take part in whatever we are doing, and then together we will build this country again.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Let me come back to Honorable Life Chairman so that we can wrap up this conversation.
Mr.
I know
Rubicon,
you have a tight schedule.
In conclusion, I want to tell my brothers and sisters in this country that the great nations of this world were not built on the back of political parties, but on the back of great individuals. And the evidence is clear. It took one man, Deng Xiaoping in China, to move it from one of the poorest countries
to the first,
to the second most powerful economy. Lee Kuan Yew in Singapore. Even in Ghana, we can see the impact of Kwame Nkrumah on Ghana's development. So it's not about political parties, it's about the individuals. And the greatest president of the United States, George Washington, for the 2 terms that he served as president of the United States, he was an independent candidate. So what further testimony do we need than to point out that leadership is seasonal? Every period or season in a country's life demands a different leader. Now, if Ghana is at a crossroads, we are in a crisis, then you need a transformative leader. And that's what I think I would offer. But thank you so much for this opportunity.
I was going to take a single message for the people of Northern Region. And
Yes.
I mean, because
Yes,
your party
absolutely.
is now getting roots
Yes.
in Tamale.
Yes, well, they
Okay.
one
Yeah.
of the programs that I've promoted in my campaign is that every region will become a center of excellence.
Right.
And the 5 northern regions during an Alam presidency will become the food basket of West Africa. And you'll be amazed that within a period of 3 years, the whole landscape here in Tamale, not just Tamale, but in the 5 northern regions, will change completely. Because this is where the action is going to be. If this is going to be the food basket for the whole of West Africa, the commodity exchange, which is in Accra, would have an annex which would also be located here.
I think when Kennedy Agyapong, he sat exactly where you sat. When I was having an interview, he spoke about these same things in the northern part and how he wants, if he got the opportunity to make it a food basket and some of the factors. But I think it's similarly to what you have just indicated. It means that you have seen some potentials that the northern can also awaken
Very
or
much so.
bring to the fore.
It is
And I'm
going to be
excited.
one of the most vibrant cities along the west coast.
Wow.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for your coming and with this exciting conversation. Odike and the team. I mean, Chairman. At least, Chairman. This is the first time I'm meeting him personally, and I'm so excited about that. Thank you so much, Honorable. I wish you all the best in Tamale, and I know you'll be here again when the campaigns really kickstart.
Yes.
But have you selected a running mate yet?
We are in the process of.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, okay.
Baumia is encouraging the people to move from Tamale to Accra and house them in the Kayayo Abu. That's Baumia children is in there. The Kayayo hostel. Can you find Baumia relatives there?
I'm not sure.
The people of Northern Region, you deserve better than this.
That is work.
So we are coming to create jobs through Mr. Alan Chamatin to make your life better. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks.